Call 600-KFMA right away.
I promise we won't embarrass you.
Because Beef Vegan presents F My Life. F My Life. F My Life.
Yes, it's time for another edition of Your F My Life. These are unfortunate situations. Email to us at beefvegan@kfma.com. Subject line FML. But of course, if you have an F My Life you care to share on the air, you can give us a call at 600-KFMA, the 600-5362. If our panel agrees your life is F, we'll look you up with a pair of tickets for the Arizona Diamondbacks versus the Washington Nationals this Friday at Chase Field. So our panel today, of course, is Emil, Heather, and Tony from Catalina Craft Pizza. Emil doesn't work there, but unofficially today, he's a part of that as well.
Hey, that sounds good to me.
Yeah, forget about it. You look like you know how to toss a pizza in the air, huh?
Yeah, I've tried it once. Didn't work out so well.
Let's get into our first email sent to me by Janelle. She said, I was trying to flirt and said, you make my heart race. My smartwatch beeped and said, unusual heart rate detected. Are you okay? She said the vibe was not recoverable. I say, on the other hand, I disagree, but F My Life, we'll start off with Emil on this one.
No, isn't that just like being truthful? If you're telling somebody you legitimately like mess with my heart.
Yeah.
Like you're doing something to me, and then it's like, see,
yeah,
is backing it up right here.
You're so hot, you make my watch concerned about my well-being.
Yeah.
That's a pickup line, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was going to say that's big baby. I mean,
you're a huge baby, right?
No FML.
Okay. Yeah. No, I mean, it shows that you're not a liar, too. Right. And what a great watch, dude.
Yeah.
Talks to you and everything. Anyways, all right. Next up, my life sent to me by Dev said my partner was still pouting because I refused to adopt a special needs dog. Never mind that we don't have the training, expertise, equipment, nor financial means to care for an animal with such expensive medical needs. Oh, no, he just wanted it because it, quote unquote, looked sad. F My Life. Heather, what do you say on this one?
No.
You would take the financially irresponsible route because it looks sad, huh?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think it's an FML, though. I just think, I don't know. Do what's best. I don't know.
I love how you're emotionally invested in Dev's story. Yeah. What was the dog's name?
I don't know,
You still think of her?
Scooter.
Oh,
Does it have one?
Oh, yeah, the scooter. Okay, so you would definitely get that. Was it expensive?
Yeah. So no idea.
But best dog ever.
Best dog ever. Good buddy. Good boy.
All right. Well, rest in peace, Scooter.
R.I.P.
Yeah. Sorry to bring that up, Tony.
Well, she just changed my mind. Big baby. Take care of the dog.
Yeah.
Shut up and
get
do
the
it.
dog. Yeah. You'll love that dog forever. All right, Emil.
I'm gonna go with him on this one. Yeah, they pulled my heartstrings. I'm already feeling for some. I'm thinking about all the other dogs.
I will never read another dog at my mouth in front of you again. I promise you. Okay. Sorry. That was the sweetest thing I've seen. All right. Next email sent to me by Ricky. Ricky said, I tried to set the mood by playing a sultry playlist on shuffle. First song was the Jaws theme.
What?
She asked me if it was a warning. I guess it's not the hottest song to get it on with. Let's see, Tony, F My Life.
Oh, absolutely. F My Life. What are we doing here?
Yeah, all right, Emil.
Yeah. What are you doing here?
Yeah.
What's this message that you're
Somebody's
trying
about to get ate. Nice.
Should have gone with that instead of the
Yeah,
song.
yeah, exactly. Heather.
FML.
All right, yes, all the way around. That's on shuffle. What are you gonna do? All right, two more left. Lacey sent me this email actually the other day. Said, Beef, my son asked me if a video of a flame on a computer actually gives off heat like a fireplace.
Oh my gosh.
He was serious. He's 17 and inexplicably has straight A's. Oh, wow. F My Life. And it's kind of like a humble brag mixed in there. But Heather, what do you say?
Oh, my goodness. Where's this kid go to school?
Public school.
Yeah, absolutely. FML, yes.
All right. What do you say, Tony?
Yeah, FML. He needs to get out more.
Yeah,
For sure.
Emil?
F all our lives. These people are going to be running our country one day.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
Hey, you have younger kids, and it's not like the education is getting better.
No, that's why
You know
Daddy's
that?
homeschooling.
There you go. All right. Yeah. All right. Final of my life of the day said to me by Omar. He said, Beef, my boss made sure to do one last thing before he retired. Fire me. F My Life. Wow, it was like F you on the way out.
I'm taking you down with me.
Yeah. F My Life for
sucks.
Omar.
You might have also sucked at your job. So
right.
F my life.
That's
though.
fair. Heather?
FML, yeah, maybe it just wouldn't be the same after the boss left either. So he
Yeah,
was doing
yeah.
him a favor, but still,
Yeah.
he needed a job.
That's true. Tony?
F my life.
All right. He's like, I don't even know what we're debating here. We got fired. All right. So that's F My Life. Keep those emails coming in. beefvegan@kfma.com. Coming up next, we're going to be talking about Catalina Craft Pizza, playing around a tap out where you can win up to $100 of gift certificates to Catalina Craft Pizza. And the theme today is movie villains across the spectrums. If they were a bad guy or girl in a movie and you think you know about them, then be ready to call 600-KFMA because Tap Out's coming up next on Beef Vegan Presents. Don't go away. What's going on, everybody on the stream?
Get ready to
Welcome
play
back
Tap
the
Out. So
podcast
we'll be
broadcast.
looking for a
We,
contestant
pop
here.
on the air to
Call
tease
number 10,
news
600 KFMA,
way
600
more, but of course, got Emil
if you
here.
think you know a thing or two about movie villains. And then if you do win that, these gift certificates are good. Even for happy hour, the best happy hour in town, Monday through Friday, 3 to 5 p.m.
Tony,
half off
Heather
wings.
in
That's right.
studio.
Half
We
off
did,
wings. So, what do wings you normally go for? So we might run.
Oh,
that
I'm
back.
a honey buffalo guy or a big
a little-
or a big horn fire.
Yeah,
Or you just combine them.
That's
what do they normally run for?
Here in Rock 1,
Like,
2.1.
let's say it doesn't. We're getting ready for some.
So we go.
music.
It's 8 for oh my gosh,
And drop.
16 and then 16
been
for
working with the
26.
boys,
And then you get half off of that.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a deal.
Version
Yeah,
of
and then
Garden
half
Grove.
off
They
zucchini fries,
released-
half off
it
cheese
is
garlic
released,
bread,
and I can't
$2.50
play it right
domestic
now
bottles,
because,
$6
first
draft
birthday
beers, you
stuff.
got
Right.
house
Added
wine,
it up a little
and that's
bit.
just
Yeah,
the,
but
the
I'm like,
appetizers
that's-
here. Look at a bunch of
sounds
people already
pretty
calling
good.
in here,
There's been a
feeling
lot of
like
talk lately
they
about
know
no
movie villains well. So
Oh my god.
yeah, of course, you know,
And I
Catalina
think
Craft
people
Pizza, you've
did
been
have an issue
expanding,
with that.
and so you know, if you're on the north side,
I can
it's
see
the
that, but
venue,
at the same
right?
time,
Live
just
music venue of the
happiness
north
was
side,
going,
entertainment
so
venue
the
too, in
right
Acatina.
between
Or
takes
if
his
you
place.
want to just bring out your
and it
family
took
and have
a
a
long
nice
time. We
meal,
feel
they
like,
have that
you
side
know,
of the
deserve
restaurant
that
as
part,
well.
or
So
even
it's
wanted to be a part of
separated.
that legacy.
Yeah,
I
what
mean,
do you
he
have
was
coming
even
up
listening
as
to
far as
Swan
events
growing up.
go? You
That's
know,
the thing.
for
Like,
Catalina.
shouldn't be like
We have
divided.
CSM Trio tomorrow
might not
night, and
be
then Mike
who
Hoper
you are,
on
but
Saturday
maybe
night.
find it
Yeah.
He's new. We have
in
not had
yourself, and
him
maybe it is right
in the
for you at
past, so
that
he's going to
point.
be a new
Like,
musician
Yeah,
on
well,
Saturday
that's
nights. We're excited to have him.
A lot of weed and,
And
said,
then
you
we
know
got
what?
trivia
I got
on
this.
Tuesday nights. We have a Sunday bingo.
So
We have
I am
actually we're doing a little
excited to hear
fundraiser
news.
on Sunday
Mine, Mr. Blanc,
for one of our employees. She's
for the
got
world
huge medical bills. We're going to do a little
We have some new
cornhole
music
tournament
that I
on
want to play
Sunday
for you
Nice.
at 2 o'clock. We'll have happy hour
We're live on
beers
the podcast
all day
broadcast. You can
long.
join us
So come out and
youtube.com/beefvegan
support,
or
a
keep it right
bartender
here.
that works up there, and she's fantastic. But
Good for
and
you
then
guys.
unfortunately, medical
Yeah,
Never
yeah.
hear like an
We
employer
keep it
doing
right
this for
here.
anybody.
Oh,
Yeah,
awesome.
no,
They're
the good people.
All right,
and it's good for the community
we have
up there
2
as well
shows left,
because, you know, there's
or
not that
wrapping
many
things up
options
and going on
anyways,
a
but to
2
really
weeks
put as
sabbatical.
much like
And
love and
during that
effort
those
into
2
having like not only a great
May,
restaurant, but a
Right.
great
audio.
environment for you to be
Who's
able to
that
come
review?
out and hang. It's something that you didn't need to do. You know what I mean? You could have
hold
just
my
been great. Damn it. All right. And I'm chasing people away from, okay, now I fixed it, but I just chased people away from the stream because I had the video still playing in the background.
Oh.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll be honest with you. This week's show, this week's shows, short week, not been our best shows. You know what I mean? I think we're already mentally checked
Just
out.
checked out a little bit.
Yeah. It hasn't been our great numbers and shit like that. I know your ears. I fucked your ears right. I fixed it. Started off, you know, the podcast rough. We're about to go on 2-week vacation. Couldn't come a moment too sooner, to be honest with you. You know, as everybody has been definitely, you know, burning the candle at both ends, and we need a little bit of a breather. But during the 2 weeks, I will be potentially, you know, popping in from Mexico. And, you know, with that, you know, hopefully we'll even do like a live podcast from Mexico.
Oh yeah, man, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Good.
We'll definitely have fun with that. And of course, I say live podcast from Mexico will look like this, will sound like this. No, we'll be like us kind of drunk on a fucking patio in
Yeah, right.
Mexico. Yes. And
Donkey in the background.
yeah, will the internet be okay? Maybe, you know, I mean, I'm staying at a place that has a decent internet. So we'll hope that's the case. And then get ready for 2.0 of the rest of the year, you know, once we get back after 2 weeks. And I'll take 2 weeks to kind of plan out the future of the show for the second half of the year, which I'm excited to do.
Yeah.
There's one thing I wanted to do. Yeah, this week has been all crazy with Monday being a holiday. One thing I wanted to do next when we get back from vacation, I'll experiment with this idea. a Taco Tuesday flash mob.
Okay.
Okay. So basically saying, okay, where are we going to eat lunch today at 11:30 p.m. today on this Taco Tuesday? Like, give me a name of a good taco spot. Like, caller number 10, tell us where we're going to go eat. And then I will be out there, having lunch at 11:30. And if you're around and you want to grab tacos on a Tuesday and do a little flash mob to help support local businesses,
That's a good idea.
eat some tacos and, just kind of hang out for lunch, Taco Tuesday flash mob is the idea going into, the second half of the year. I think it'll be a good place to try, a good way to try new, restaurants, support good local restaurants. It'd
Get
be
their
great.
name out there a little bit more.
Yeah. Just, pro bono stuff. And it'd be great if, people showed up and we boosted sales for the day.
Pro taco.
Yeah. Pro taco. So
Just pay me in tacos.
yeah, Taco Tuesday flash mob. And that's all I got. So
You're getting there, At least you got something.
Yeah. That's something, that's more than some, to be honest with you. We'll see if it works. If I'm the only one showing up at these taco places, then so be it. At least point me in the right direction. I want to eat tacos at 11:30 on a Tuesday, every Tuesday. That's what I want to do. So, all right. And this is a good way to AMA or anything else anything that you see in the news or the headlines that you want to talk about, throw it in there in the comments and feel free. It's been fun catching up with Emil too. Emil was a part of a neighborhood association.
Oh, yeah.
He was secretary on that.
I fucked them over.
Yeah, and then fucked him over because the old ladies are too, I don't know, in your...
Just like they suck.
Okay.
They're just grouchy old bitches with like no lives. They just like to hassle me.
Yeah.
Just because I got some youth.
Yeah, just because you got some youth. I mean, you were far too young to say, hey, we should start this. I mean, it was your suggestion to start the neighborhood association, which basically is all bad ideas start somewhere.
Yeah, I guess so. Hey, I just wanted a little community. And then I found out that I don't like the community.
Yeah,
so much.
you created the monster that you must deal
I
with.
know,
now.
right? It's total Frankenstein. I had to kill that fucker.
I know. So bad. Yeah. So let's see. All right, we're gonna play a game here in a minute. Here called Loco or Noco. Right now, we did this earlier with Emil. Right before, it's inspired by Insane in the Brain by Cypress Hill. So basically, giving you scenarios you think that are crazy or not crazy. So Loco or Noco. Remember SoCo?
Yeah, totally.
You ever drink SoCo?
Back in the day, all the time, man. Ooh, cinnamony goodness, just super sweet, and then bleh.
Yeah, then it was throw up juice.
Yeah, it's the same with what's that whiskey? The
Fireball?
Fireball.
Yeah.
Ooh.
No, that's so Fireball was like this generation's this generation
Like the same thing,
SoCo.
essentially, yeah.
Kind of, because SoCo wasn't cinnamon. But
Wasn't it though?
No, it was 70 proof. It wasn't cinnamon. It was a distinctive taste, but it was gross.
Was it orangey?
Maybe. Well, how would you guys best describe SoCo as far as a flavor profile? Now, I know he's thinking like Fireball as how it tasted, but
Right.
that was more Gold Rush and Aftershock shit like that. I remember all those liquors, but let's see. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back. Beef Vegan Presents. We're reminiscing about SoCo, which is disgusting, as we know. But I'm trying to describe the flavor profile of Southern Comfort.
Is this like
to-
spiced? I would say,
It wasn't.
right?
No, it wasn't even really spiced. So
Looks like some fruit.
All right. C1, the chef says peach. SoCo is a
Yeah.
dark liqueur. But yeah, what was the actual taste of Southern Comfort? What was the comfort, anyways? Throwing up at 3:00 in the morning.
Getting that out of your belly, that's the comfort.
Was that the comfort? Right now, that's obviously like today's generation version of SoCo is Fireball. Same kind of alcohol volume too, 70% or 70 proof. But yeah, different taste. Dub says ass. Ass is a good way to describe it. Chef Gary, Chef Gary give a description? Let's see. It's sweet. Yeah. So, and good morning from Lake Pleasant. Nice. Good to see you, Jay Housey. All right. Well, anyways, let's play a quick game here, Emil.
Right.
I need your opinion on this because SoCo came up only because I want to play a game called NoCo Or loco or no-co?
Loco, no.
Yeah, now we did a quick speed break earlier this morning before playing Insane in the Brain by Cypress Hill, and I want to continue that thought process. I'm going to give you scenarios. You let me know if they're crazy or not by saying loco or no-co.
Yeah.
All right, so this scenario, sending a Venmo request to a date who ghosted you for the price of your drink.
That's a little loco.
Is that loco?
Yeah, it's just the price of a drink. Maybe if it's a big fancy dinner, it'd be a little different, though it is kind of funny. I think it just depends, but I would say I wouldn't go that far. I'd say a little loco right now.
Okay, that would be loco if you did that. Okay, good to know, bro. All right, making your kid re-record their Happy Mother's Day video because the lighting was bad. Loco or no-co?
Maybe no-co. Try to get that special for.
Okay, so you would make your daughter do that?
Yeah, but I wouldn't be like a Stanley Kubrick Nazi about it. You know what I'm saying? Just like, we could do this a little bit better. It's Mother's Day. It's special.
Yeah.
You know?
You're not like, act inspired.
Yeah. Take 76, guys. Let's do this.
Yeah, that would be loco.
Yeah.
All right, loco or no-co, bro? Installing a nanny cam to catch your roommate stealing your oat milk. Loco or no-co?
That's loco.
That
Let
is-
him have the oat milk.
All right, that's fair. All right, well, loco or no-co? Dressing your cat up like your ex and filming a fake breakup for TikTok.
Ooh, loco.
Apparently, this is a trend. So, loco or no-co?
Oh, there's a lot of locos out there.
You know, cat ladies. Honestly, I would love to see the beef vegan cat. Give it a little beard, backwards hat. That's an adorable cat.
That is. I want to see that.
Yeah, I want to see that too. All right, let's see. Keeping a burned book for coworkers who microwave fish in the break room. A burned book for coworkers who microwave fish in a break room. Basically, it's almost like a hit list of sorts. Loco or no-co?
Oh, yeah. If it's a hit list, that's some loco, man. And who's microwaving fish in a freaking.
All right, Uber loco. I get it.
Yeah.
All right, leaving a Yelp review for your one night stand. Loco or no-co?
No-co.
You say no-co?
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Okay.
You're just like trolling them
especially
a
if
little
it's like a 5-star review or something. If it's a good review, that's great.
Yeah.
I know that there are apps out there or like programs or that they rate guys.
Is that like a thing then?
That is a thing.
So you're giving them like a star. Okay, I'm going to maybe take that back.
You're going to say loco.
That's a
Okay.
little go. Yeah, because like. what are
Yeah,
you
no,
doing,
I've
man?
heard of that, and it's unfortunate. So, all you man whores out there, be wary. I mean, if you sleep around, you might end up on one of these
Like-
apps and then being rated, and you might not like your rating.
Do I know? Am I on an app somewhere? Do
You
I
could
have
be.
ratings?
You could be. Your rating might be good though. You kind of have that like tall, skinny, like Pete Davidson, Adam Driver type vibe and stuff.
I hope so.
Yeah. We've already addressed it enough. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I'm sure your ratings are pretty good. My ratings are probably abysmal, dude.
Yeah.
You know? So my God, yeah, like it terrifies me. And my friend Kristen said that potentially I was on. This was years ago. She swore she saw me on there, and I was like, no way, man, no way, and hopefully no way. And God knows what. And she said that it was somewhat okay of a review, and that's how I knew it wasn't me.
Okay. No. So is this like based off of a dating app, or is it like a specific like, hey, I'm coming after you because of like just the one night stand?
You know what? I mean, we'll ask our streamers if any of the girls have heard this, but yeah, I think it was.
Wasn't this like a Sunny episode? It's always Sunny. They're like, I'm a 5-star man.
Yeah, something like
yeah.
that. Yeah. No, this and it was a couple years ago. I wish I knew the name of the site, but I never signed up or made a fake profile or nothing. Something I definitely should have. Well, anyways, finally, final loco or no-co, refusing to date anyone born during Mercury retrograde. Loco or no-co?
Oh man, those people are crazy though.
They're
man.
cray-cray,
They're
right?
Crazy, man. Yeah, I feel that's all right. Yeah, it's all right, but it's a little loco at the same time.
So loco?
Yeah, I'd say go loco.
For sure, bro. All right, yeah. Make sure you're weighing in on those on the broadcast stream as well. We have more coming up after music from Foo Fighters and Pantera on Rock 102.1 KFMA. All right, let's see. You guys know the site? Let's see. First time listening from Lake Pleasant. Love it. Awesome. Yeah, it's awesome. How many people we got
That's the
listening?
second one, right?
Yeah, from Lake Pleasant.
Everybody's up at the lake.
First time listening, love it from Lake Pleasant. No, I mean, we just have random Lake Pleasant listeners. That's fantastic. What did I put in my hashtags? I got Lake Pleasant listening, but welcome to our broadcast. Get to know all our streamers. Let's see. All right, guys, I don't need to wake up call this time. I don't need a wake up call this time. Good morning from Lake Pleasant. Oh, nice. Holy shit, dude. No, we have 3 Lake Pleasant.
I want to be at the lake.
Wait a second. Did you guys plan a Lake Pleasant trip and didn't invite us? Because
just all the same people on the stream. They're like, let's just go up to Lake Pleasant.
for real. I mean, have you been to Lake Pleasant?
Yeah, it's been a second.
Yeah, it has been a second for me too, but super fun as well. Of course, you got to go with somebody that has a badass boat.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that helps. Did I tell you my Lake Pleasant fail story? I haven't told this story in a while.
No, I don't think I've heard
But
it.
I was just talking to my friends because I was up in Memorial Day. I was hanging out with my friends Corey and Wendy and stuff, and they were there when this happened. And this was like a Curb Your Enthusiasm type of moment. So, anyways, we're at the lake, right? By this like dock that is set up to be like a party dock, and it's like waist deep water.
Okay.
People there's a group next to us that are throwing a football around, right?
Cool, yeah.
And we're just like drinking, standing in the water. So the ball gets overthrown, comes my way. And they're like, hey, bro, throw me the ball.
Yeah.
I'm like, cool. I grab the ball. I throw the football.
6 spiral, right?
No.
No.
Overshoots my target. Hits a girl right in the face. She's sitting on the boat, hits her right in the nose. And all of a sudden she goes, fuck! What the fuck? And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean, that was me, my bad. And she's looking at me immediately like, fuck you, man.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
like, I'm the asshole. And I feel like the asshole. I didn't mean to throw the football and hit her in the face, but I hit her in the face. So, she gives me the look and everything, somewhat forgives me, doesn't make it a big issue, but basically is like, well, fuck that guy all entirely.
Yeah.
And rightfully so. So she was a cute girl, but no, I mean, I wasn't going to talk to her after that, right? Accidentally threw a football in her face. So anyways, we're still hanging out. About 20, 25 minutes go by. Now I'm behind the party house on the dock, right?
Okay.
They're throwing the football. The ball gets overthrown. Now it goes over the house and gets thrown and splashes right by me. And I hear him, can you throw the football back? Throw the football back. And I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. So I throw it blind over the house, right? Over the dock. I throw it over the dock.
Did you do it again?
Hits her right in the face again. The
Fucking
same
awesome.
girl right in the nose.
Awesome.
And it was like, and I got, like I said, it was such by accident. I didn't even look. I just fucking wailed it, dude. And she's like, not again. And she's like, no, fuck you. And she was so pissed. And people couldn't believe it. Like I was purposely going. And I'm
Right.
like, no, I swear to God, I don't mean to do it.
I'm not that good at it, I promise.
Worst luck ever, dude.
Oh, man. Maybe you're just the bringer of karma that day. She did something real bad.
No, she
Blame it on the people that can't throw the football in the first place and they keep tossing it over to you guys.
Yeah, I like how Liz is like, it's on her now. She needs to pay attention.
Get out of the water.
So,
lady.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Sitting on the boat, not looking at the odds. Yeah, that was my soulmate. Yeah, and then she hates me. My soulmate of who she wants me to die. So,
First, I was like, oh, Nerf football. But like, no, it's like legit football. That she wouldn't be in so much pain.
I know. Well, it wasn't. Nice. Listening because of James. I appreciate it. And yeah, you have a jet ski. Let's go. And then what Liz said, there are a few Are We Dating the Same Guy pages around, which I do know of because I was posted on Are We Dating the Same Guy? And that kind of created like a shitstorm. It was weird because who posted it was my friend Tabitha, who I am friends with. I started dating her right after my breakup of my relationship of like 3 years.
Okay.
And the last year of my relationship was one of those toxic ones. There was no love. There was a lot of fighting. What's up, Danny? Good to see you. And so I felt like, I was ready to move on.
Yeah, you're at that point.
Yeah. And so when I was fully single, then I went out and I started dating. I started dating Tabitha. But then I got in my head, I wasn't over my ex completely, right? So
Yeah,
then I would kind of
understandable.
pull away and kind of ghost and stuff. She got mad. She posted a picture of me and she basically was like, this guy ghost and talked all this shit and said I gave her an STD, which I didn't. And so then that was on the page, right? And then so then people were like, oh yeah, I listened to a show once. He sounds gross. And then one girl even that I went on a
Sounds
date
gross.
with, who I was still Facebook friends at the time, said, yes, I wanted to date with him, right? And All he did was talk about shitting the whole time, and then he made me pay. And I'm like, what
Nice.
the fuck? No, that's not how it went at all. You know, I remember her name was Shay, right? And I remember the day vividly. And
Shay reminds me of shit.
Yeah, no. And here's the true story. What happened? We went to the Italian restaurant. We're talking. We're having like a decent time. I'm not necessarily like I'm not necessarily vibing with her, but I'm having a good time, right? Just hanging out. But I'm like not feeling it, right? And so after dinner, right? She invited me back to her house. And I don't know if I paid or we split the bill, but there's no fucking scenario where I have a girl pay for me on a first date. Never have.
Yeah, I've never.
Not once. All right. So even if I forgot my wallet, I would have went and washed dishes. So for her to say that first and foremost, I'm like, that's bullshit. And anyone who's ever been on a date with me knows that's bullshit. I'm too stubborn and, old school in that mentality to allow that
Nothing
to
wrong
happen.
with it.
Right. At the very least, we'll split on the first date. I'm down with that.
Yeah.
But then she invited me back to her place. She basically wanted to bang, but she was, she's a bigger girl and it wasn't my style. And so I was like, I got to run home and grab my bathing suit, right? We're going to swim. Right? So then when I got home, then I called her up and I was like, look, I apologize. Dinner's not sitting with me, right? So we're going to have to do a rain check. All right. So basically my excuse was, hey, without saying I got shit, I said it's not sitting with me right. And then to her, in her memory, in her hindsight, that turned into the entire conversation at dinner is talking about me shitting. Who talks about shitting at dinner?
She's just making up this whole headcanon.
That was a comment.
World.
Yeah. And then of course, so I'm reading this because I have friends that are on this page who I can't reveal because they're very strict about the guidelines there. And there are guys on that page that rightfully should be on that page as far as jerks, but I'm not one of those guys, I promise you. But yeah, then I had comments being like, oh yeah, he's so gross and blah, 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 blah. And like, fuck that, dude. No. So, just lies, blatant lies. So it took a while. That's the reason why I'm banned on Tinder.
Gotcha.
Because then I had girls like say, oh yeah, I matched with him and then we didn't talk. Like, yeah, that happens.
Yeah, all the time.
Yes.
That's literally like 99.98% probably of the interactions is like you just don't talk.
Yeah, and the problem was on Tinder, because you're playing like hot or not.
Yeah.
And say you match someone and then you don't have a conversation, whether you're talking to someone else at the time or whatever the case, they're still on there. Yeah. And then they were able to flag me. And then I was banned on Tinder, which effectively banned me off of Hinge as well. And as far as Tabitha's concerned, because I was talking to my friend Kat about this, because she was following this whole thing, and empathetic for the cause. I just hung out with Kat not too long ago because she was visiting in town, and she brought it up, and I was like, oh yeah, I've hooked up with Tabitha since. She's like, what?
Did she take the comment down at least?
No, but I was like, yeah, I had to get some, revenge booty, you know what I mean? I definitely made her in the best possible way, regret the posting that. And so, and I'm friends with her still. So, I mean, I forgave her. I understood the purpose of her being upset at the time. And it was a lot of grief and drama.
Yeah.
I had my ex text me and be like, what STD do you have? I'm like, okay, bitch, slow down.
Yeah.
If I got one, you got one. So the same one, right? Which I don't. So yeah, now Tinder, speaking of Tinder, they have to rebrand because there's a whole generation of kids who don't hook up anymore. We did this story earlier this morning.
The Zoomers aren't humping.
They're not drinking. They're not humping. So they say ages 18 to 28, are just the non-hookup generation. And that makes sense because every generation that follows is usually like their blowback is the opposite of what their parents were.
But, it's like you could find something else, I feel. Like there's a multitude of things that like millennials or even Gen Xers did that was like, this is kind of stupid. Why? I could go off on millennials to be honest, but like, let's not have sex.
Yeah.
That's a weird, like rebellious flex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Well, I mean, especially in a world where, all these authorities and countries are saying, hey, you guys need to have kids.
Yeah. Hey, we're all failing at this. But I feel like it kind of goes with like, people's boundaries nowadays are very strict. and nobody wants to get like that accusation or like
Right.
that nasty profile. Like, hey, he likes to talk about poops
Yeah,
on his dates.
I know. I mean, it did hurt, and I probably still have that reputation of being the poop dater. But I'll tell you what,
Could be worse.
I mean, I absorb so many fun facts each and every day that I'm actually really good at small talking dates. So, I feel like it's one of my assets. But yeah, here's what he said. The CEO of Tinder is named Spencer Raskoff, and he's trying to revamp the app's image. And he said it's not a hookup generation. They don't drink as much alcohol. They don't have as much sex, and that's the problem. The recent poll of single people on dating apps, a whopping 85% say they don't use Tinder because of its reputation of hookups. So, I mean, most people aren't using Tinder because if they are going to use a dating app, they want to find a relationship or some kind of substance there.
Good.
Yeah.
I get that.
Now, the way that Tinder is trying to counter this is trying to adapt by shifting the focus to casual meetups, including double dating, which is rolling out this summer. Would you guys ever do a Tinder double date, which essentially is a blind date times 3?
I wouldn't even do just a regular blind date.
Well,
That's like
casual meetups essentially is what? That's like hooking up anyways. That's what Tinder was in the first place.
That is true, but
that doesn't seem like a rebrand at all.
It's just like a bigger group of Tinder. Let's just get more people doing this at the same time.
Right. Yeah. And they also try to say improving quality matches to encourage more lasting relationships, but you have no control over that either.
No, that's algorithmic and like
it's a swipe left or right. It's up to the user to be like, yeah, this person's hot. If you show me like, or say there's a beautiful girl who gets shown me and be like, this guy's actually a good guy. She'd be like, no, not my type. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like quality of matches. It's really hot or not, So unless you are doing, and a lot of the problem is what they don't address is trying to counter against AI accounts.
That makes sense. I never even thought about tons of bots all over the place.
It's all over the place, dude. It's all over the place now with images because you can create images so easily now.
Robots want love too.
Yes, and then even with chatting, and now it's so funny. And I'm gonna say this on the air here because I've gone on dating apps to kind of just like peruse, and I really get a good feel of trends through dating apps and always have. It is really weird how that works. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back. Beef Vegan Presents. We're talking about how, Tinder's looking to rebrand itself this, summer because younger generations are hooking up, but I don't think that's their problem. I think a part of their problem is the fact that, there's so many fake accounts out there and AI is infiltrating everything. So the odds of getting catfished are increasing on a regular basis if you don't have the common sense to kind of recognize what might be too good to be true. And then sometimes when you match with someone who seems like, oh, you seem fantastic, you got to be suspect. You're like, well, are you even real?
I know, right? That sucks for the person that's actually working on themselves, trying to be as perfect as possible.
Yes. And I've, a part of the AI thing is real people using AI to write their bios and then communicate through AI as well. So we've been seeing these stories about trends of using like ChatGPT to figure it out. And sometimes it's really difficult to present yourself or talk about yourself in these bios. For a lot of people, that is the most difficult part of doing online dating.
A little anxiety inducing possibly. And maybe they just have nothing great about themselves, but...
And I'm sure they do. They just don't know how to explain it. I've been able to recognize when a bio has been AI written.
Yeah.
And based off the first sentence. I swear to God.
You just see what the pattern.
Yes, absolutely. Because I started seeing this pattern pop up. And then I figured out, I was like, oh, this is ChatGPT. And the first sentence in an AI bio, which ladies, you need to change immediately, is when you describe yourself as sun-kissed. Sun-kissed is a description that AI has been using as a prompt to help write ladies and probably men too on their bios as almost an opening line. Sun-kissed brunette, sun-kissed blonde, a sun-kissed middle-aged this, sun-kissed whatever the case. If you're not talking about knockoff orange juice, then that is AI describing your early set melanoma.
Yeah, right.
So, but I recognize it now. It's just so crazy when you're going through and you're just like, boom, boom, boom. Oh, I'm seeing the trend here. Okay. Not everyone's sun-kissed. But everyone is getting lazy on their bios.
You're like AI love detective.
Yes.
Beef AI love.
You know what? And I was talking to Rico about it yesterday, that the day that I can't spot AI is the day I get super scared, right? And we're almost at that day.
It's coming.
But there hopefully will be a whole generation, just like South Park kind of did an episode on, where there'll be kids that will have like almost like a Neo from the Matrix type of ability to be able to recognize the real from the fake. If you're over the age of 60, it's too late for you.
Yeah,
you've been duped by fake news for decades.
You've been duped by like even Photoshop 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's done. It's done. But, for the rest of us, we still have a fighting chance. Stay vigilant.
Yeah.
We're going to keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. Music on the way from Blink-182 and the White Stripes and Rock 102.1 KFMA. Yeah, so brutal. Yeah, Sunkissed. So if your bio says Sunkissed, run.
Sunkissed, huh?
Yeah, change it.
My ass is burnt living in Tucson.
Real people using AI to write their radio shows. Who's even real now? No.
None of us. I mean, and there we are right there. The reality of everything. Simulacra and simulation, guys. It's a good book. Read it.
That's right. I'm proud to say that last segment was not written by AI at all.
And nothing is. We're all simulation.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. And when it starts sounding intelligent, you know that it's artificial.
That sucks. That's a bad thing to say about humanity, because it's like we're just on that downward slope. And if anything has like any kind of intelligence to it, it's like, nah. A robot did that.
Yeah. That's not our society.
Yeah.
That's not how I recognize it. Yep. I like this. Tinder orgies, which David says, oh, you mean Torgies? Torgies. Let's say brand nat. I think that's a fantastic name for Tinder
Sounds
orgies.
cute.
I mean, what if you go on a Tinder double date, right? Assuming, like in a scenario where you're single,
Yeah.
right? And it turns into like a foursome, a swap. Look, it's not going to happen.
No.
Even putting together these double dates, what a out of touch concept of a boardroom meeting of people who don't know. It's like, no, people don't want to do that.
No.
I don't see them doing it. 18 to 28-year-olds, I don't think are going to do that.
And I feel like if they are, there's specific apps for that, and they have probably groups of people that they know that get them into that lifestyle. Talk about like out of touch CEOs and people putting things together, which is like all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see them really doing that. Especially if they're so like far off from like sex and in that world anyway. I mean, I read about them not liking sex scenes in movies because it makes them feel uncomfortable. Yeah, so you gotta think a little differently, I think.
It's true. All right. Well, coming up here in a little bit, we're gonna be doing Tucson local news, right? The top
I got
three.
that already.
Oh, you do? Oh, you talking about events and stuff?
Oh, it's something else.
Yeah, news, not events.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
But though, I do think we should just do that right now.
Okay.
Let's see. Let me set this up so we can get into the events that's happening this weekend. Let's see, Friday. This will help me sleep in a little bit tomorrow. All right. Already got the bed music and everything ready.
Look at that.
All right, here we go. Let's stop the hour. All right, pulling this up. Red Hot Chili Peppers and Rock 102.1 KFMA. It's Beefeager Presents. A lot of things happening this weekend as we are experiencing the last weekend of May. To help give us the rundown and point us in the direction of fun activities around the old Pueblo is Emil. What's going on this weekend, Emil?
Actually, people still want to be out in this horrible heat, but you know what? God bless us.
You say horrible though. It's like just 100. Yeah. Once again, it's got to get to 105 for me to start sweating.
Really?
100 degrees is nice.
I'm in the 90s and I'm just like, I hate everything. But anyway,
you're a Bisbee boy.
I am, right?
Yeah.
So meet me downtown 5K run walk festival of miles. It's happening Saturday, May 31st, 5 to 10 o'clock. Downtown Tucson, starting in front of the Children's Museum on 6th Ave and 13th, and it's Tucson's biggest charity run event. Aside from the race, there's going to be like some live music, children's activities, food trucks, Old Pueblo Vita, beer garden's going to be there, prizes, and also afterwards, after party at Congress.
Really?
Yeah.
And what's this? This is an annual thing? How do I not know of this?
I don't know.
Well, I'm not a runner, but is it 5K?
It's a 5K run walk.
Run walk. Okay, good.
Yeah,
so you can walk it, and it's hot, and it's
yeah.
early, I assume.
It says 5 to 10 p.m., so it's in the evening.
Okay, that's wow.
Even better though, because it's at least cool at that point in the day.
That's okay. That is great. So where's the starting point?
I said outside of the Children's Museum.
Okay,
on
yeah,
6 there.
Yeah, right there by the TCC.
Yeah, it's nice too. You walk downtown, you get to walk around downtown. I'm sure they'll probably close off everything. And like I said, there's a lot of stuff out there: beer, food trucks, some music, and then it ends over at Congress with a party. So
Friday or Saturday?
it's Saturday.
Saturday. That's perfect. Because I'll be going down there Friday, and I want to get
You don't want to deal with those walkers making you think about exercise.
I'll be honest with you though. Yeah, I mean that does sound like a fantastic time just to be downtown, because with all the different food trucks and when they take it over,
Right.
kind of like what they do on like a first Friday or a second Saturday, I forgot which day they would take over Congress Street for all those food trucks. That is a party for sure. So, and it's a good way to kind of be fit or burn some calories before you consume them.
Yeah, just be that even Steven.
I love that. See, that's a fun event for everybody. All right, what else is happening this
We
weekend?
have Tucson Saguaros baseball, various states, all the way happening through the end of June, pretty much. This is happening at Keno Stadium. It doesn't start this weekend, but I know we're taking some time off next week.
Oh yeah.
Since we're going to be gone for a bit, I'm just going to throw this one out. It's happening Thursday, June 5th, 7:00, going up against Pecos Bills. Like
Is
I
that
said,
Keno?
that's Keno.
Nice.
Yeah. And I'm really pointing this one out too because I'm glad that we have like baseball back at Keno again. Like
Yes.
this was always one of my favorite things, Thursdays, and we got like minor league going on. So like go out, support this, keep it going.
Yes, and shout out to Blake, who's been kind of spearheading the baseball, in this town, and honestly is really working towards bringing baseball back full time or at a much larger capacity, and maybe even spring training again. I know this was something that was a major part of this town for a while, and yeah, it is sad that it's all up north. So yeah, let's show out and hopefully be able to give them all the argument to bring Major League Baseball back to
and like I said, it's going on all the way to the end of June. So
hell yeah! All right, what else is happening this weekend?
And then I talked about this last week, but this is also happening all summer long. Summer Safari Nights at the Reed Park. It's going on at the zoo, and it's a lot of fun. I went last weekend. It's Friday and Saturday nights. They bumped it up 2 days instead of just like the Saturdays. So you have 2 nights to either do this, and it's a lot of fun because you beat the heat. It's at the end of the day. You get to go see some animals, and they're out at this point. You go to the zoo in the middle of the day, and they're like, "No, man,
no,
I'm not doing this. It's too hot." And I'm like,
yeah,
why am I out here doing this? But it's in the evenings. You go out, get some cool air in, and see some animals. And I mean, you're also giving towards the zoo, which they're doing all that construction right now. They need a little extra funds, for future and stuff like that. And it's fun. It's a good time for the family.
Yeah.
Even if you're going by, it's a good date night.
Yeah, no, I love it. And in fact, I was excited about it too. So I'll be there this summer, just popping up. Yeah. And I love checking on animals and drinking beer.
Yeah, that's the way to do it, man.
That's what I do. Yeah.
So you can do that downtown or you can do it at the zoo.
Absolutely. Exactly. Pick your animal. All right. Well, excellent. There's a rundown with Emil. So make sure you get out and enjoy yourself this weekend. We got more coming up, including F My Life with Mari. Coming up next, keep it right here on Rock 102.1 KFMA. It's Beef Vegan Presents. All right, there we go. All right, so do I have an email, a preferred way for people to contact you, for us to contact you about a trip to Lake Pleasant? Yeah, I mean, you could do beef@kfma.com. Let me know.
Ooh,
and,
all expense paid.
Yeah, I wish. I mean, I am going to Rocky Point next weekend, starting the 5th, from June 5th through the 9th. Rico and I are heading down there, meeting up with some friends and then doing Roger Klein Circus Mexicus, which I'm amped for, to say the least, and I'm very excited about. But that's going to take that's a big chunk of my vacation reserves, if you will. Yeah.
That'll be fun, man. I've never been down for that. I always hear it's a great time. I've always gone down for like Memorial Day weekend or something else, some just hyper debauchery kind of times. But I hear this is always a good time. So.
Well, no, this is the hyper debauchery. So, I mean, hell, Memorial Day is almost like Disneyland. I would suggest you bring your kids down there Memorial weekend.
Nowadays or then?
Oh,
because I've seen some pretty
nowadays.
Okay.
Nowadays. Then, when we were younger growing up, those were Rager weekends. Yeah. Now it's those are family weekends. It's a different beast. And so if you want to go down and party and have places be open past 10,
so it's
you go during like event weekends like this, Circus Mexicus. And Circus Mexicus to me is everyone who went and hit those Rager weekends in the 90s and early 2000s.
Into this.
Yes.
The progression.
Who all want to go back to Rock Point for the same reason.
Damn,
debauchery.
Maybe next year.
Yes, dude.
Think about it.
It's fun. It's fun, and I'm excited about it. So, like I said, we're going to try to document as much content as we can. I'm bringing my main content man, Rico, down with me. So, we're going to do some videos, but maybe some live streaming and everything else. So, if you're subscribed to the YouTube page, make sure those notifications are activated because I can't give you a time when things will happen. But if you join us, we'll be doing check-ins. I'll be doing posts and stuff like that, or attempting to. I mean, I'm going down with the purpose. We'll see what happens.
Could be great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Magical time.
It's going to be fun either way. I like I said, I've been mentally there. And this week has been rough, dude. I mean, leading into everything, everyone agrees that we're ready for a vacation. And everyone else on the show, if you're thinking, okay, well, these other guys are only showing up like once or twice a week, but like they got to do a bunch of other stuff too, So
of lives.
Yeah, of lives and responsibilities. And so,
live in Tucson too. I need a break from the heat.
Yeah. And that warm water. And I'm telling you, the first weekend of June is one of the best times of year to go.
Yeah.
It's warm enough to where you're getting sun and it's feeling hot, but the water's perfect.
Yeah.
And pools and the ocean. It's one of my favorite bodies of water in North American coast. I've been to Atlantic and Pacific. They're both freezing, right? The Baja there is just perfect.
It's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
It keeps all that warm water just like channeled in right there. And you get to see some cool animals. I got stung by stingray once.
Oh, yeah. Well, stingray season's in August, so you got to be careful. Yeah. Or stingray or jellyfish?
It was stingray. That was a different time. Jellyfish was out in Cali.
Well, jellyfish season's in August. That's what I was thinking. But stingray, man, you're like Steve Irwin.
I know.
Rest
in peace, man.
Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Hanging out here with Emil on the podcast broadcast. Let's see. I do want to break out this intro that I have not done in quite some time. But I do have it right. Where are we? Maybe I don't have it. That's all right. We're live on the air. Here it is.
Breaking news from Main Street to your street.
I think you just blew this thing wide open.
God, I love the local news. Every summer, they tell me how to beat the heat, and every summer it works.
So, what are we doing? Are we just jumping right into this? Or...
All right, longest intro ever. All right, it's time for local news here. The top 3 stories that are breaking around the Tucson area. In Tucson South Side, residents confronted individuals posing as Tucson Electric Power employees. You see this story?
No, I haven't seen it.
The impersonators were suspected to be immigration enforcement officers, and now the Department of Homeland Security is investigating the incident. Is there a lack of communication between the immigration department and Homeland Security? Don't know yet. This is reported first by K-Gun 9 News. But yeah, so I mean, I guess be wary of people posing as Tucson Electric Power employees.
Dang, man.
Right.
It's like LARPing.
Which one's worse to be like bugged by? You're like someone coming by saying, we're going to jack up your rates 3 times or we're going to deport you. Obviously being deported is worse than high electric bills, but I mean, bad either way. So that's happening on Tucson South Side. In other local news, there was a middle school student charged for drugging his peers. It happened at Seacrest Middle School in Tucson. He's facing charges after allegedly giving drugs to 3 classmates. All affected students are recovering, and the incident has raised concerns amongst parents and school officials. Now, is it drugging or is it students giving each other drugs?
That's what I was going to ask. Is he like just like popping roofies and some milk at lunchtime, or is it here like I'm selling you some weed?
Here's the thing, right? And I understand the concern, but from the parents, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And this middle school, it's a 6th grade student, so it's a 6th through 8th grade middle school.
Okay.
But basically, the 6th grade student says the friend gave her chocolates and a pill, right? That turned out to be mushrooms and ecstasy. So is it drugging, or was it a student giving another student drugs and that other student willingly taking drugs? Because those are 2 separate things. You know what, this is ecstasy, this is mushrooms, done and done.
Right. But I mean, I've been around people who have been dosed. And
yes.
I mean, that is something. So maybe they're just dosing somebody with chocolate with those mushrooms. But then again, hey, you can trick people. You could trick those chocolates even now more than ever, because the way that these chocolates are now, they're so branded and professional that you can't tell the difference. In fact, actually, I brought down a psilocybin chocolate bar to Mexico. I got searched by federales on the way in, right? And they opened up my cooler. On the very top of part of my cooler was that mushroom bar.
And they had no clue what it was because it looked so professional, like I bought it from Fry's.
They just don't care about that. Yeah.
No, they care. They would have definitely shook me down for extra money if they knew what that was.
Oh yeah, but they don't understand that that's what that was.
Yeah, I know
what it was.
because it looks like it's sold by Hershey's, dude.
Yeah.
So yeah, but the pill, it's like, you know what the pill was. So the kid was definitely trying to get high, and now it's a big scandal that's happening there. And I guess the world keeps spinning. And finally, Arizona Arts Live has announced the return of the Tucson Studio. It's a musical project aimed at showcasing local talent in Southern Arizona. The initiative seeks to revitalize the local music scene, which we're all about. We'll keep an eye on the Tucson Studio and hope that, it will encourage a lot of young musicians to go out there, experiment with music and sounds, and really continue the legacy of Tucson music, because we have had some great artists come from this region.
Yeah. We do have some great people here.
What is your favorite legends from this region?
You know what? I love, and this is back in the day, The Bled. I don't know if you remember them.
Mm-hmm.
Their first album, still phenomenal. I listened to it, and this was like 20 years later. I love them. And even the dudes, they might still be in Tucson tattooing or doing whatever you're doing. I used to jam out with them back in the day, too, when I first moved here. Good guys. I love The Bled.
Yeah, The Bled. Nice. Well, shout out to The Bled. Maybe we'll play some old school The Bled here on the podcast broadcast. Why not? All right. Well, we'll actually got to hit the reset on the FM side. Be back with your beef tip after these words. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Let's see what we're doing on time. If I do. Let's see. Guns N' Roses. All right.
Kids dosing each other. That's been around though. We dosed somebody at the Phantom Menace back in '99, waiting in line 9 hours.
Okay.
Put some mushrooms on somebody's pizza that they had ordered. That was fun.
Yeah. Not mushrooms on our pizza, but you could taste it. It tastes like shit. So
It was
after like the third bite,
it was a shitty pizza though.
Yeah, that's true.
They didn't fucking.
That's fair. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Gotta get my side of beef here. All right. Well, while we get ready for the beef tip, that was local news. Hope you like that, Todd. All right. So while we get ready for the beef tip, let's continue what Tap Out was today. In case you missed it, one little something like this. Check it out. But no, it's nice. It's nice on the dining side. It's like cool and like a chill place to hang on the cantina side. And now that you expanded it, you also offer like private events and all that, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, that extra space has been great. We've had different parties. We had like an 8th grade promotion party in there. We had a wedding party in the other night. Super Bowl party or the big game party, if you will. So
well, we're so far away. We're so far away from it. I don't think they'll crack it. We're during the off season. We can say it during the summer before preseason.
Right? Nobody's listening to that. Right?
Super Bowl. What are you gonna do? Yeah, you guys. Yeah, most of your guys are on yachts right now.
There's some guy out there writing them down. He's just like tick, tick, tick.
Yeah, that's a 12.
We meant bowling.
Yes. It was 6 people. All right, relax.
There's also okay, so you can check out the entire event calendar, CatalinaCraftPizza.com. There you'll also be able to see their lunch specials that they have Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And so like lunch specials like 4 wings and a small salad, or a 10-inch one-topping pizza, or antipasta salad, or half Italiano or ugly steak sandwich and small salad. And you've had Dickman's ugly steak, right?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. So Catalina Craft Pizza is the only place I know of that does ugly steak right. It takes Dickman's ugly steak
Just
and it
level.
puts it on pizza, puts it in sandwiches, puts it on salads. You pick your poison, and it's amazing.
So way to do it.
Yes, absolutely. So CatalinaCraftPizza.com, get all your information. But right now, we are looking for caller number 10 to be our contestant in Tap Out. So if you think you know a thing or two about movie villains and want to win up to $100 of gift certificates, call right now. We'll find out who that is and how many questions we'll answer correctly and how many gift certificates we'll have for our scavengers right after Corn's Here to Stay on Rock 102.1 KFMA. All right, now we're back here. We're going to be on here in about 55 seconds. Do not call if you're seeing this, but let's see if you would have answered the tap out questions. It's all villains here. Let's see. Does this sound like I'm saying Catalina crap pizza? Because obviously I don't want that. That's bad. I would hope that Tony and Heather would be like, hey, you need to pronounce a little better.
Enunciation.
Sometimes it gets very wordy with Tap Out, as you could tell, and I trip over these words and try to get all this information out and kind of shoehorn it, But it's good to see you on the stream, Anthony. And thanks for that Florida man story that we did today. Only a few more minutes here seconds before we get into a beef tip. Wrap things up. Tomorrow, Mari, Herb Stratford are going to be on the podcast broadcast. They'll be on the last show of the week and going into our vacation. So I just got to keep reminding you that. We're not leaving you. We're just taking a little break. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Be Vegan Presents and hanging out here on the podcast broadcast where Anthony pointed out that every time I say Catalina Craft Pizza, it sounds like crap instead of craft. But I assure you, it's craft. And there's nothing crap about it.
No.
Yes, that's assured. It's been assured. All right. So, and I like to thank, Tony and Heather for coming in a week early because we're going on vacation in the next 2 weeks. And so they're very kind to be able to rearrange their schedule to come in to do tap out this morning. So Todd's asking if I take speed this morning. Did I seem pretty alert and ready
like
to go?
Kind of normal. I mean, unless you take speed every morning and just the norm.
I feel like I would look more like you than looking like me if I took speed every morning.
Maybe I take speed every morning.
Maybe not. Yes. Well, I guess that means maybe I'm speaking faster or sharper. I'm going to assume the latter. And I appreciate that. Let's get into your beef tip before we wrap things up. All right. And this is a beef tip from a dentist warning people of these healthy habits that can ruin teeth. Right. So you brush, you floss, you do your twice yearly checkups. But it turns out some of the things you think that are healthy or could be healthy are actually damaging your teeth. According to one dentist, Dr. Michelle Jorgensen, she's a holistic and biologic dentist that shared surprising foods and routines that may be ruining your smile. Basically, they say from like green smoothies to snacking on dried fruit like raisins. Those are some things that you want to kind of think about that are affecting your teeth. Powering up with sports drinks, energy drinks, Crystal Light, and even natural sports drinks are lower in calories, but could be still high in acidity.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the acidity is going to break down the enamel and all that. Low pH literally means the minerals in your teeth.
Mm-hmm.
They say grazing on goldfish crackers, those little orange snacks that we loved as kids. They're basically starch bombs that break down the simple sugars that coat the kids' teeth like glue. So you might not want to give your kids goldfish.
Man,
I know.
What the heck, man?
Well, give it to them before they get their adult teeth, right? I'm an advocate of, that first round, go nuts.
It's rotting those suckers out.
Yeah,
Hey,
they're going to fall out anyways.
This is life lesson right here, what not to do when you get those permanent boys in.
Right. But for you adults out there looking to lose weight, try to cleanse, be aware that sipping lemon water all day will also jack up your teeth. So they say, people believe it's good for detoxing, but all that acid is terrible for your teeth. And again, enamel erosion is the name of the game. So those are healthy things that you could be doing that could be unhealthy for your teeth. And that's your beef tip. So, if you haven't smiled in a while and you want some style, stay away from the goldfish and crocodile. I'm just trying to
almost there.
See, Todd, I was just trying to prove to you, if I was on speed, I'd have more bars. All right. Well, unfortunately, that's all the time that we have for today. Emil, I appreciate you, my friend.
Right back at you, bro.
Enjoy the vacation.
Yeah,
we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, man.
Yeah. All right, everyone else, so we got one more show to go. That'll be tomorrow morning, bright and early, 6 to 10 a.m. We'll still have tickets to give on the line for your Arizona Diamondbacks. We'll give you 2 opportunities to win for that. Till then, though, Robin Nash is up next. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. And I almost had the outro song ready, but, that would be me actually knowing how to do my job properly.
You're just telling everybody you're over it and you're ready to go on vacation.
Yeah, I'm so mentally over it, but don't worry. I saved the best for last. One last super show happening tomorrow morning. But again, all the stuff I said before. Later.
When you wish.
All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys for watching the stream. As always, email anything you like. I'd all the time.
But if you've been mean or kind of bad, I will knock out all your teeth.
Babuski.